Hi, my name is Mandy. Welcome along to your quick Pilates session. Making sure you've got space all around you. You've got space to move. You're not going to fall over anyone or anything. This is quite a low down to the ground one. A little bit of extra work for your hips, but work the options that work for you. So you're breathing nice and easily and you're moving nice and easily throughout. Slow it down if you need to. Come back to an easier option. If you want to try one of the add-ons, you can do. But again, just make sure you're breathing nice and easily, whichever exercise, whichever movement it is that we're doing. So we're going to start sitting down. Sit nice and tall. Grab yourself a cushion. So if your hips are really tight, your knees are lifted all the way up, just grab a cushion, sit yourself up on a cushion. Just going to roll your shoulders back and round a few times. Sit and then circling the other way. And then roll back and down. Keep going nice and tall. Just going to tilt your ear to one shoulder. Walk the opposite hand further away. Just nod your head backwards and forwards, keeping your ear towards your shoulder. Last one. We'll switch sides. So bring your head to centre, tip your ear towards the other shoulder, reach the opposite hand away. Again, tip your head backwards and forwards, keeping that ear close to your shoulder. Last one. So bringing your head back to centre. Do a couple of neck turns. You can turn your head all the way around to one shoulder. Tip your head back if that's good, and then roll down and around to the other side. So, and again, take your head back if you're happy to. Just turn shoulder to shoulder if you don't like taking your head back. Last one. That's it. So you're going to come back to centre. Breath in, lift your arms all the way up. Breath out, turn to look over your right shoulder. So I'm going to try and mirror you today. Breath in, lift the arms up. Breath out, turn to look over the left shoulder. One more either side. Breath in, arms lift. Breath out, rotate. So try and get the movement through your spine. Breath in, lift. Breath out, rotate. So breath in, arms lift. And keeping your right arm lifted, stretch up and over to your left side. Circle your wrist. And circle the other way. That's it. Breath in, arms lift, growing tall. Switch sides. A side bend over to the right side, circle your wrist. And circle the other way. That's it. Breath in, arms lift. Bring your arms all the way round behind you. Feel like you're lifting your chin, your chest. Feel like you're squeezing your elbows, your shoulder blades together. So you've got a seated back bend. And then as you breathe out, taking the arms all the way up, round in front, round your back, as if your head's going to come down to your ankles. Taking a breath. And then roll back up. From there, we're going to come over to hands and knees. So all fours, couple of cats and cows, rounding and arching through your back. Stretch your fingers out. Feel like you're pushing the floor away. So round your back all the way up. And then as you breathe in, lift through your head, your tailbone. Again, exhale, round your back up, push the floor or push your mat away. Breath in, lift through your head, your tailbone. And then pull back into a child's pose. So knees wide, toes together. Bring your head down or towards the floor. Stretch your arms all the way forwards. And relax your arms. Rolling all the way up. And we're going to come into our mermaid legs. We're going to do our mermaid, our hip switches. So you're going to work internal, external rotation through your hips. So bring your feet round to one side, to your right side. So your legs, your feet aren't on top of each other. Start the easy way. Bring your hands around behind you. So from there, you're going to bring your knees up to centre. Take your knees to the other side. So bring your knees up to centre. Take your knees down. Try not to move your feet. Try not to lift and switch your feet. But just lift and lower your knees side to side. That's it. I'll do a couple more. And either way, and you might feel one hip feels really different to the other hip. So you might have a hip that feels a little bit tighter or not. Last one. Come back to centre and then shuffle all the way round. So we're going to come into our side bends and our seated mermaids. You've got your mermaid legs, feet to your right side. If this isn't comfortable for your hips, you're just going to bring your legs round in front into what I call diamond legs. So your soles of your feet together, not super close. Should be a little bit more comfortable. And again, you can sit up on a cushion if you want to. Taking your left arm over, right hand on the floor. Nice breath in to get a really good stretch on the first one. And then switch sides. So press this hip back down to the floor. Breath in. And we keep going side to side. So you can keep your hand on the floor for a bit of support. You want to get the sideways movement through your spine. So if you can bend sideways and you want to try reaching your arm in front, you can do. And then we switch sides. Again, hand on the floor or reach your hand in front. As long as your spine is moving side to side. That's it. Keep going long through the body. We're going to do one more either side. Last one. Come back to center into a seated twist. We're going to turn to both sides, so it doesn't matter which way you turn. Feel like you're growing tall, looking over your shoulder. So come back to center and then just turn to look over the other shoulder. So coming back to center. Come down onto your forearm. So you're going to rest on your left forearm. Stack your legs. Lift out of your shoulder. So we're not sunk down here, but lift up and away from the floor. Stack your hips. Your heels are in line with your bum. We're going to do our clams, keeping your hips really still. Just open and close your knee. And sit so your hips aren't rolling back as you're lifting and lowering your knee. 3, for 2, and 1. We're back to that internal rotation. So you're going to lift your foot, tap your foot down. Knees stay together. And so we're going to go 3, 2, and 1. Extend your legs in line with your hip, level with your hip. Tap and lift your foot. Keep lifting out of the shoulder so we're not sinking down. Doing good. Going to go for 3, for 2. Last one. Come up to center. Swing your legs all the way round in front. Got our C curves before we switch to the other side. So growing tall. Knees are bent, feet and knees are all about hip width apart. Bring your arms in front, grow tall. You want to think about moving through your lower back. So your tailbone tucks under, tummy button scoops in and up, round back. So it feels like your spine's making a C shape. Lift up. You're going to circle your arms up, back round behind you. And again, tailbone tucks, tummy scoops, round back. Push your hips, your waistband back to the floor behind you. Grow tall. Circle your arms. So one more with your arms circling backwards. A C curve, tummy button scoops. You're not holding your breath, remember? Grow tall. Head reaches up to ceiling, arms circle back and round. 3 more. You're going to circle your arms forwards this time. So again, tailbone tucks, tummy scoops, round back. Lift up, taking your arms back, over and round. I'm going to go for 2. So breathing nice and easily. Circle arms back, over, and then your last one. Growing tall, taking your arms up and over. Stretch forward over your legs. Take a breath here. Come up and then come down onto your second side, your right side. So again, resting on your forearm if you can. If your shoulder doesn't like it, you're just lying down on your side. Knees, hips, stacked and bent. Heels in line with your bum. Lift out of your shoulder so you're not sinking down. Push, elbow your forearm into the floor. Basic clams. Open and close your knee. That's it. Keeping the hips still. We've got 3, 2, last one. And then we switch. So keep your knees together, lift your foot, tap your foot. That's it. And again, your hips aren't rolling. We go for 3, 2, last one. Straighten your leg out. So your leg is in line and level with your hip. Tap and lift your foot. 3, 2, last one. That's it. Bring your legs together. Slowly press up to sitting. Side bend stretch. We're going to do our mermaids. So one hand's resting on the floor, other hand reaching over your head, switching sides. So diamond legs if you prefer, remember. And we keep going side to side. So use the hand on the floor so you get that side bend. If you can do your side bend, you can reach your arm in front. And then we switch sides. So this is all about moving your spine side to side. You're going to do 2 more either way. Keep growing tall. Doing good. Last one either side. Do those 2 seated twists. So grow tall. Turn all the way around, look over one shoulder. Turn all the way around, look over the other shoulder. Come back to center. We're going to keep going with our mermaids. We're going to add on to it. So if you're good here, stay down here, diamond legs or your mermaid legs. Otherwise, you come all the way up to our foot and our knee. Bend this knee. So if having your leg extended doesn't work for your hip or anything, just bend the knee if you want to. Grow tall, tailbone slightly tucked under. Side bend, rest your hand on your leg. And switch sides, so press your thigh, your hand into each other. Again, we keep going side to side, hand in front if you're happy to, hand on your legs if you prefer. That's it. And again, breath is easy, you're not holding your breath at any point. Last one either side. Come back to center. Got our leg lift. So bring your right hand down onto the floor. Left leg lift, your foot is level with your hip. Come down onto your forearm, all the way down onto your side if you need to. Tap and lift your leg. Feel like your right hip, is pressing forwards. 3, for 2, last one. Lift all the way up. We switch sides, so bring your knees together. Right leg comes out to the side again, grow tall, tailbone slightly tucked. So your left hip is pressing forward. Our mermaids, taking your arm over, rest your hand on your leg. We switch sides, pressing your thigh, your hand together. Keep going or reach your arms in front. That's it. So you get some really nice side bend stretches as well, of lots of work through the obliques. So your waist. Doing good. Got one more either side. And then we're back with our leg lift. So bringing your left hand down onto the floor. Keep pressing your right hip forwards. Left leg lifts to your hip height. Remember, you can come down onto your forearm and come all the way down onto your side if you want to. Tap and lift your foot and your leg. And go for 3, for 2, last one. That's it. We come back up to center. Bring your knees together. Kneeling hip lift. So you're going to sit all the way back down on your heels. From there we just sit nice, lift nice and tall. Tailbone tucks under, squeeze your bum, sit your hips down. That's it. And lower. We go for 3, for 2, one more. That's it. Sit back down. Same thing, but our mermaid legs. So spin your feet round to your right side. You're going to end up slightly twisting, slightly rotating, facing to your left side. So from here, if you need to, bring your hands down. So you rock forwards, you lean forwards to your hands, and then we lift up to here. Come back down the same way. So bring your hands down, help yourself down. Nice and controlled, otherwise hands to your hips. Lift up, grow tall. Lower down, nice and controlled as you lower. I'm going to go for 3. That's it. For 2. We do one more. And we switch sides. So sit back down. Switch your legs round to the other side. We do the same thing on this side. So first one, maybe you rock forwards to your hands. So bring your hands in front. Rock forwards to your hands. Lift all the way up. Come back down the same way. So hands, hips, bum lower down. Otherwise, hands to your hips. We're going to lift up for 5. And lower for 4. That's it. 3, for 2, and then our last one. Nice work. Bring your feet all the way around. So just going to roll down onto your back. And if you normally have like a cushion or a block or just a little skinny blanket or something underneath your head, set yourself up so you're comfortable. You're not looking back behind you. Arms are down to your sides. If you can, you're in your neutral spine, so you're that little bit of an arch underneath your lower back. Feel like you're scooping your tummy button in and up. You're not holding your breath. Right leg floats to your tabletop. And just to smooth, without pushing out into your tummy, without tensing through your tummy, so you're not holding your breath, left leg floats to your tabletop. So knees on top of the hips, shins parallel to floor. Right foot lowers, left foot lowers. Then your left leg floats up. Right leg floats up. Left foot down and right foot down. So your knee lifts. We're going to change it to toe taps. Just check you've got room to stretch your arms back behind you. Bring your arms back down to your sides. So right leg, left leg, lift. So from here, working from your hips, keep that 90-degree bend in your knee. Right foot taps and lifts. Left foot taps and lifts. So you're not moving through your hips or through your lower back. So your hips aren't rocking and rolling. Lower back isn't coming down onto the mat. And you're breathing. You've got 3, 2, last one on either side. Hug your knees, circle your feet one way and the other way. Bring your feet down. Reach your fingertips up the ceiling, neutral spine, the opposite, alternate arms. You're going to take one arm back behind you without your ribs lifting up. So maybe think about exhaling as you reach your arm back. Bring your fingers to the ceiling, switch arms. So your arm might not get all the way down to the floor, or maybe not to start with. So if your arm goes all the way down but your ribs lift up, then you're just working through your spine. And we're trying to work through our shoulders on these ones. So ribs stay still, alternate. And then we add our legs back in, opposite arm and leg. So left leg, right leg lift, back to your tabletop. Right arm, left leg. Center, switch sides. So you're trying not to move one arm, one leg. Just moving one arm, one leg at a time. Keeping your elbows straight. So we're working through your shoulders. We're going to do one more either side. The left arm, right leg to finish. Hug your knees again. Bring your feet down on the floor. We're going to come into shoulder bridges. So find your normal setup. Feet and knees are hip width apart, heels fairly close. You might not be able to reach the back of your heels. Depends on your body length, your arm length. They're quite close. And then we're going to make it into more of a hamstring bridge. So step your feet. Good foot's length, your foot's length, maybe longer, further away. So your knees are still bent, but your heels are nowhere near your bum. There's going to be lots more work in the back of your hamstrings and your glutes. So if you can, lift your toes to your ceiling, press into your heels. Tailbone tucks under. So now your lower back's on the floor. Slowly peel your hips up, long line, knees to hips to shoulders. As you melt your spine down, feel like you're pulling your heels, your hips together. Once you're all the way down, tap, lift your feet. And again, peel your hips back up. Melt your spine down, pull heels, hips together. Tap, lift your feet. Lift your hips. Roll back down. Tap, lift your feet. We're going to go for 3. Should be lots of work going on in the back of your legs, your glutes, tap and lift the feet. 2 more. Last one. And then slide your legs all the way out, reach your arms back. Take a breath, take a stretch. Bring your arms down to your sides. So you can roll to one side, up to sitting. And that's it. So thank you very much for joining me today. Hopefully that was all right. Any questions or anything, let me know. Have a lovely rest of your day, and I shall see you again next time.